Attorney General are presenting the names our National Service Scheme no. Na ebeye se ngige. Ipa chose ni ngige. Attorney General se ebeye se ngige. Francisca, memo akwaba. Attorney General se ebeye se ngige. Are presenting a DB. Now I say other people become omudini dia or their tech. He is going to bring them later. Because I say still no investigation in the NPP are my way there. Udi omachi about chi omunyina do munyina kwa go prison. But that is something I always say NPP for they came onto the administration to steal Ghana's little resources ayi nyina ewo no. Enti one thing I say we share so say we Ghana ni nko ade a ese obo ma Attorney General eji obi a wabo Ghana koro no bia na eji sika no de ma Ghana ban. That is something we're going to do today. Enti ene ye bebobo omudin, we are going to name and shame them. And this is my way, I present here, Debbie. I keep on saying, when you want to fight corruption, and yet always, and there will be a court. That's what many people understand. They say, fighting corruption, they say, yachi will be the court. Na court, dinner, I can't say, you won't chase a way, and I say, that is the only means of fighting corruption, there be. When your name appear on a list, they say, we are krom for that for me is also a means of fighting corruption. That is something in the first administration of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. NPP for Abjani say John Mahama's administration then on they corrupt because every day now they keep on hearing corruption related offenses. But then what John Mahama's administration decided to do, they say they were going to name and shame government official be abobokoro no bia pacho mo kai ewura buga pele no ye NDC nia no sum NDC aban so John Dramani Mahama e de buga pele e ko gina court but enye court nkwan dey fight corruption sometimes say wudi kura ba news him say we kromfo a te say na yewura kenoforata adoje but the mere fact say ni din appear newspapers him ni din appear Interpol red list nkwan another means of fighting corruption o say yewura Richard also made us say when na and one of the means of fighting corruption they say memeti hey say ochina that when name me di on newspaper say ma bokoro no Ghana and I say me corrupt and hwehwe me baby ameti kura na a means of fighting corruption na bi no because somebody has named and shamed me and the means of fighting corruption no to the best of my knowledge and I say the studies I have done no edoso ebini say udi PA system num kura say nipa we koromfo a is enough. What I say? So the mere fact say age the list biaba e kire Ghana for say Mustafa Yusuf, former executive director of National Service Scheme, or say SCB Antwi, former director general, Gifty Oware Mensah, former deputy executive director. Number 4, Ahirijan, former deputy executive director of operations. Abraham Bismarck Gacy, former internal auditor. Kwakudi Ajay, accounts officer. Idusi Ibn Abubakar, former head of accounts. Stephen Kwabena Jemfi, Koforidia director. Papa we the Attorney General say, "Washe da se amayache papa yi se onsambre me yinsembia no." Prince A Awuku, director or a district director, and a Jacob Yorson, also a administrator in the northern region. So the mere fact is that Udi could appear this list in the patio 2 become by any that. The mere fact is that Udi appear this particular list, you know. And not quite enough, say. You don't go court and say, "What me fight?" Say, "You jaw kwana." Udi appear list enough for people to see you say, "Akwa we say na man here what me sika no all we nyina no na korono no obo." Lawyer John Owusu Agyeman or Techima, if lawyer Agyeman. Or see almost sound quine. These are his terms. Lawyer, bibi awoko dem da say me chow lawyer me chow me to nka che me ba be lawyer. Lawyer Agyeman say kwadwo enkrofo bi sound quine e wa aban num. That was NPP aban num. Enti obi a wo de kwati kwan sound quine e wa NPP aban bia no. Ene udi PA list we ma another means of fighting corruption. Pacho NPP for let's just take a tap and explain to you. Mini no bab ye beba ho. we need to take our time and explain things to Ghanaians and then NPP for in general. Say they shouldn't think say the mere fact say John Mahama's administration list be ba ye boni pa bi din da bi aso mabokro no ma ye dwirimu mabokro no ma ye dwirimu means NDC for na ye corrupt da bi because means of fighting corruption e bi ni say when you name you in public no be anam onam no be hu say akwa we ketasehye ne proye wabomu captain band ye ka connection a wabomu captain band and also another means of fighting corruption. So you could see say John Mahama's administration every blessed time they keep on adopting new strategies, new techniques. In this way NPP near you need to take your time and then understand what John Mahama's administration is doing because NPP for there
Jimmy for party job. What's your NPP again? A Jimmy for party.
Exactly. Senior Chris, I hope you understand what I'm trying to mean. So means of fighting corruption, and yet always, and say, that is why we are fighting corruption. Sometimes we need to name and shame you. That's us here. Chris Jamfi Watson, senior, I salute you. We are working the US worker. NPP for the. That is something we need to do. Another means, maybe NPP for one was I keep on saying NPP for they need to learn the techniques and strategies of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama at the present issues in the country. Because John Mahama seems to be so smart to say, "Ya body udi bam say we kromfo, wa ba ban krono, wa we aban sika, wa koto fibe ani anu a eno kwa ya fight corruption no ochina obi so te ho no ye bi o say, I'm sure me din baba list mu bi." Enya listen ko the mere fact says also kwahye kromfo achi say okogi sika now there be jandam abe ku corruption na onso wudi be bambi enti na attorney general say Kwame A+. According to attorney general no okogi sika o ba bi say o de be jandam e de akele national service scheme operations krono no attorney general say Kwame faili say obe cooperate with or no attorney general and security agencies amaya investigation Kwame so will be prosecuted. Oh, the Kwame A+ kofre match bi. But that match na Kwame free no. I don't know who advised Kwame say Kwame kofre sa match no. Insulting attorney general obetimi ayo papa. I don't know. Sometimes we as Ghanaians so we need to show some respect. Because yes anyama ye bet na omanum na fe ye bet say chama wuntu they insult even professors. Abra ono no onim say connection or tewa no ye na they were insulting professors. These are things so we are brand here we are bubble not to kronuma. You need to be careful of me I keep on saying say although I present issues on my show I am always careful because minim nipa ochina meso me sabaka question enum. It doesn't mean say nipa ne bokoro no I wouldn't say it. It doesn't mean like that because I need to say things are a truth. But sometimes since when you're careful, you will be saying things. And the Kwame A+ got opportunity, a very fine opportunity. Kwame A+ got a very nice opportunity. Say Kwame, Kwame took that opportunity to insult the current Attorney General because no Kwako Jiska. Oh baby. And the Attorney General say young kanjira Kwame A+ say, hey, Madam Fo. Say one yawa bi ye. Na wa cooperate with us. We will nail you. Chris, yes, in Chris say, honorable, everything is fine here. The way these people siphoned the monies from hopeless Ghana and there. Senior. From hapless national service personnel makes you sad. Senior. I do agree with you. The way they were symphoning money from Ghana. Abaya na odidi John Mahama attempt say John Mahama enim nyansa. Say Abaya no give to a warrior why no. Telling the president of the land, say the president of the land enim nyansa. Meanwhile, then time no cancer asem no. Nana na do man appointment no she thought to say she was on top of everything. Abaya or the way Abaya etimi o. Say the tea power say din nobody even knows. Ne da boa papa nchen na make. And she did not even understand say John Dramani Mahama, although said then he was the opposition leader, no. Not John Mahama. abedi president da. Into somebody like you gets opportunity, take your time, explain things to say that took that power to insult His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Sometimes we the youth in the we need to make things different. When we say John Mahama's administration, look at how John Mahama is presenting himself differently from Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. When you put John Mahama here, you put Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo here, a normal reasoning person will tell you, say John Mahama's administration, no, the first John Mahama and the second John Mahama are the same. And then he does things in a way modern. I'm not surprised. Former President J.J. Rawlings, when you be catch the Ghana for John Mahama there, Nanka John Mahama is so a Western leader, but it is a Finland, Denmark, Norway. No, because John Mahama is so refined, they say, things John Mahama does, and they say, oh, you're Ghana, and you know, one to what's your own tiasi. And then someone say, I buy a ultimate to watch over $100,000, never one sa. Oh, we are buy we are on why is a tone on you. Now I quack to watch a bonnet sa, or no. But Ghana pass sometimes senior Jamfi, senior Chris. Sometimes I also think it's a nipa more. They don't even need to go to court. Esenka we want to tia. But I can't so angry. I can say NPP to go nipa. Hey NPP party.
Jimmy for party jam. What's your NPP again? A Jimmy for party. A Jimmy for party. They are no nyadin dodo. Oh. Me jina president Akufo-Addo ni kwa shana mekala. Na Jimmy for party na wo Bulgaria won so ya MPP ni no. Oh na say me resume Jimmy.
Exactly. It is a wo ya dey be just a otobo. O ye young lady. And na Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo ehun mobo. Ama opposition se kobwa national service na mo adwuma ho. Wo de koduru ya ba ya wa ye aba ni ti apa. Se wo de sika no ekwa kobo wo de osika na yebeto ntem wo de kobo koro no na wasa de sa time no ase di former presidents atem. I don't know ebi na abaya we so be kan ho se enkopa na che enkopa John Mahama che mfama no. NPP for that is what they understand. They understand say fighting corruption they say yempa che into bokoro no man ma we should leave you alone na if the yempa che ma. That is what they understand. $100,000 and up. Yeah, no pap. Abaya we ko tobi na ebo because she took the now the what one sika the bia sika kukuro na sika when sika free na wudia. Don't you see say a very easy means of getting money. Na NPP abaya no Erica Jane kan also mo connection mind for abaya and they came only to make money. And the connection mind for abaya kwa na Ghana no. Ghana for where Ghana enim ekoto abade ma connection mind for say hey connection mind for momra na mo mesa nkwan. Lawyer Jamana kan yo mo san kwan se kwadwo be san kwan bi mo san kwan e wa ban no NPP party no on kwan san kwan. That is what they came to do. And the Attorney General why are there na we have him now no Deputy Attorney General e kan sem bi o kan ya de bi ma ye social media for na say yet was ora for e mo adwuma ne tentem na ora wa ye adwuma ba ye nim ne o mo ye Deputy Attorney General. Let's be frank with you. Deputy Attorney General on social media do active for her. Senior. We active for her, so you active for her. Yeah, she say, "Ora, monchim microphone ngum. You people are delaying us. We need action. Action." Well, press conferences no, a part of fighting corruption. But let 1 or 2 billion code them and as for mon court. Ni hu say, "Asha agora na say." Because NPP for no hu say agora dey say you. That is why I'm teaching. I'm say Kopa John Mahama che. Let's see some action. Action, you hear action ankasa. You who say name be a cost of mine. That is something we need. Attorney General say, hey, I'm on for some going. Hey, and the way I Ghana, I'm on for a shit guy this kind of day. Sometimes we'll be in Ghana. I have a hosem. Say, how on earth does one person beat me TC Ghana? Now I big Ghana is car. Some kwan wa man ma fe de wo be share kwa no woni ne kopi ba bi kura won we no ma kwa say wo ye jimi kura wo no ni so o e be man na ka ne ko ma pa ko benya bi ejaw so abaya o so no menim say e man na mo an so ne mo ko me ma pa o benya bi ejaw mo because we abaya we be tare ukunu ma na be tare o boyfriend ho be che ni skasa wo say ukunu kura hu fe de o doji because o timi to watch $100,000 that's all $50,000 kura de ma o boyfriend na say ukuna so be je no na de na me wo he wa ma nka wanya skai na ka hu so wa ko bi she wa bi na ka wa frɛ me kai me pe boyfriend no na agya nka me so wa me kakra bi so ma me kakra bi e na se nka ba nka me nka wa se wa hu na nka corruption nka na edu kwai me so de kakra be tare me na fere ya hu se ye nyina ye di agoro ne bom ei amon fa bi ska o esi abaye and the National Service Allowance and secure loan or the Koye collateral guarantee any secure over over 30 million Ghana cedis from ADB. Hey, the NPP their party no. Let me sit down and then we think. Your school be or NPP party ni ma e che krono bo anase den me ntia se wow if you have answers that you can tell me. So school be or NPP party ni ma actually nipa krono ba I have no idea. How on earth will Oba think say onu no betimi afa Ghana sika at the National Service Allowance no akwaje bosia kese over 30.6 million Ghana cedis from ADB. Who this kind of here then? Owo wa ba ya wo apampa mi na pa dey na this guy here because the boy o sha we get kura mfataw. Hey, asem mo Ghana NPP party
Jimmy for party job.
Hey. Mamudu bo me ka se emphasis tia na man say na this tia na se nsem dan ka Ghana etiate. Hey, asempa ni.
Me pese mo first tia no emma me.
Yo.
Mo first tia no emma me. Mo me tia no na me chika no. Enko baby ayese enko. Mo me tia no. Mo first tia no emma me.
Stia we dey dey alaji Dr. Mamudu bo me ansem won ade ankom ne be ye. Ade ankom ne be no. Abaya hunu nyansa se ene Ghana me nwi asem be kan hu ya hwe amakoka asem tia Emily ene mo amaka ase man no mo NPP mo no they seem to be having more criminally minded ideas than a man they were party them no. Let me choose my words very carefully. I have to be very careful here. I mean saying state in council maybe somebody might not get me right. NPP party as a maybe woman ideas they keep on how to steal no a such a man there no. Because a young lady like this, everything who are being say, Mamma Memfa Ghana, Maisika, Encoma ADB as collateral, Memfa Kosia Owa. Na Memfa Kwaje Bosian, Memfa Bosian, Memfa Sikana, and Comoma. As a way more smarter chain, you reckon over that akra. What I say? Based on things that data now, Tony General Debano. Amudu Bomi as usual politician, be say, or the can Simbia, can't change on backy, on for be me support it and some Okano.
Data brings light. People who don't like light don't like data. So when you see a politician trying to talk, you just say, bring the data to support what you are saying. And let us talk.
Exactly. Emily see they learned from the men. There be men where they NPP says they had the men, but I think that for now, no, let's reframe it and say they have the women. Because the women they are more serious. Etime hate as a or first cannot even say kai we do first kai. At a cannot a man a woman. So NPP instead of saying that we have the men, no, I'm now trying to think that they had the women and these women they as a attire union man. Meaning baby they learned all these kind of things. Maybe they did not learn it from the men because it's rather no. Ultimate transfer critically when you analyze her, you could see say a man or woman and a children be man, and as a man who confesses kana no only be a common be man. That is something I've seen about this current NPP. Because NPP party when they came as a gang group, say hey Ghana, my poor Ghana stay be na fidi yes can be in. Now when Attorney General heard Dean or say hey lawyer for Mugu Ghana no, let me advise you. Samo ye bibia mon me Ghana ho. You don't have to think say me Attorney General na frustrate me, but rather no, you are frustrating Ghana. The Attorney General say, yen kan chire lawyers o mu defend it. Nkrufo we ni say Ghana ni Ghanaians and na wo ye bibia wo frustrate o mu na enyo no Attorney General. Enti say ne yachi area dubo he edna ko gina court na sa attach here udi na china who defend this to the sense you tell the people of Ghana say say adubo he betima use security documents the defending who agu Ghana ni say don't think say or no attorney general no and ugu ni say but rather Ghana and more frustrating Ghana because you are frustrating the system of fighting corruption in the society or in the country and thereafter no mpuntu juma ese koso Ghana no and more brena say attorney general say yen kan kira attach ya and no more makano say you don't have to think say you are frustrating him AG but rather Ghana and Ghanaians. Inti adwuma na ora aye no if you stay somewhere and think say ora na aye na adwuma nti yen ko bo ora for mafia yen fa techniques bi law na yen ko hunu judge say ni momo na mo frustrating system na o say no we are mambofo attorney general say we should tell you people say we are mambofo so you should not think say or no and our born mafia na mo Ghana ne Ghanaians and our high. But this is a very simple call because we are as Ghanaians, we need to behave as Ghanaians and we need to think beyond party level and then think and position Ghana above our selfish interests. Let me tell you, NDC, and I speak for NDC, I have no doubt about it. Obi Oni me say I am a staunch NDC member. But on this particular platform, whenever I see say NDC, yeah, I throw the party colors away and then speak for Ghana. That is something we need to do.
Me pese mo first year no emma.
And this is still away kwasha akronfo we nsema together with their lawyers and that is what they were about to do. And the age are listing the people bi mu kura de he say omudi no so their te. Onfama. Age is what their te because o kasa what the DNA ba e be ha adwen. Surprisingly no. This data attorney general there by bi wo ha minuanom say what tia me say Inti Ghana ye was kese ya na say din ye wo because sometimes I get confused. I don't even understand how the society yet net here. Attorney General say Ghana lost over 548 million Ghana cedis. Our national service goes names nkwa. Sika omuwie nkwa no. So that is a quantum amount of money Ghana lose here. Sika we ketimisi factories ema unu ebenya bi ye. And this away NPP now to these figures are soon for once a good to say boy already my woo assemble new ye me call hospital me never be no me never any new and then nurses in their pension yo nurses cost strike o aban yes ka momo bisa ho se sika no wo he NPP for akoromfo awies ka ni nyina o ma wies ka ni nyina
mo kwara ne ti
and this is what my minister was also support akromfo abisa won say akromfo na wo support mo no e mine na wo say no and say wo kra mine no. These are facts. We have presented the data. Attorney General Abosi Canadian chiro say akromfo nko a sheda ye say omo bo mine no form a mafia system no. Meaning no pap, that's over $50 million. No pap, eda beto wa mine. Or the data na figure na ba beto. Ete na ushi obi ba Jacob bitan say, "Tama na woti wa wo so ye na wo so unim economics, unim bibia, unim calculation, unim bibia. Ah na wo boss akro no we no. Where were you?" Si can say because Mamudu bo me campaign so. So what I say? Because sometimes when we don't throw away party politics line and think like Ghanaians, we need to behave like Ghanaians are. And your mind na yes say no. For sometimes I was a mo. And then look at the quantum of Sika. Former finance minister Nkwa as mama ashi. A bomber eneka and then we could be a cotton baby. So what Americans what you nobody even knows. There was a data na Iraqino Furata Edisike Kogu a Panama and Nasifonum. The DBA international news as for meanwhile not buying the teaching. Nobody made a single comment about it. Nobody uttered a word about it. Nana do dan kwa kufu the president, Mamudu Bawumia the vice president. Because they were all afraid. And nobody made a single comment about it. As I was in Sema, because of the way they were stealing money in the country. Sometimes say, I'm a Ghana. Ghana nanado ne kan o se Ghana yaye mobododo Ghana yaye mobododo yeti sika so enso kom de yen Nanado can't say when whilst in opposition, the Ghanaians did not understand it. We thought he said Nanado was telling Ghanaians say Sikano Hunto about the Baba Yejuma. Not knowing say he was creating a mafia group and telling them say Ghana Sika Honti, Mama Yankoni Yanko Pesika Nkudi, Mama Yankoni Yanko Sanquine, Mama Yankoni Yanko we are Ghana Sika and Yamfanko Shehon. And when the president then Eka se Ghana Yayama Mododo Yatisika so come there no Omayenyo Hiamano, he was not speaking that particular language to all Ghanaians, but rather to a few people. He knew them. And no more boss or cast some children say, hey, Minianum, Mama Yam plan and Yam Konem Ghana because Ghana Sika Hubibri. This is kind of Ghana, so Uncle Pibi and Kudia, and Yadia Ebe. So Nanado and the NP before you come together and they decided say they were going to steal the people's money. That is what they went to do. NPP party. Sometimes